Welcome back to another automation breakdown where we break down automated solutions for your business needs. I'm your host, Chris. Today, we will explore the chain of command from the Microsoft package. So if you go over to your teams, I'm going over to my org chart, and you're going to see a lot of direct reports reporting to me as the CEO.
It's good to be the king.
For instance, we have Barbara Gordon, the VP of Information Technology, Diana Prince, the VP of Operations. We have Oliver Queen, the VP of Finance, Reed Richards, so on and so forth. All of the VPs report to me. And then underneath the VPs, let's say we have our director level for Selena Kyle, Janet Van Dyne as the manager of accounting, with her different direct reports as the accountant 1, accountant 3, senior accountant, and accountant 2. In a real organization, different departments have different levels between the CEO or the president all the way down the chain to the first level associate. And that can even vary with your managers, senior managers. Let's say you have attrition, maybe an org change, business change, whatever that is. Now we're talking about a real organic organization. It's almost like those words are related somehow. So let's hop into Power Automate. I will show you how to dynamically get the chain of command, and then I'll give you a couple different use cases of what to do with that chain of command. I've now logged into Power Automate. Let's go over to Create. I'm going to set the trigger with an automated cloud flow. We will give our flow a name, and then we're going to link this over to when an item is created. I'm going to link this flow into a Microsoft list. After we click create, when an item is created, we need to update some of the parameters in here, adding in my site address, and I have a SharePoint list that I titled test. Now inside of this SharePoint list, when I go to add a new item, we will come in here and we have this option to add a person. A quick side note, the person column right here, when you use this column, it is connected to the Microsoft 365 package. So anyone who is registered inside of your Microsoft package, well, they will be listed inside of that person column. So let's go ahead and type in Bucky Barnes, and you'll see Bucky Barnes is listed right here.
Who the hell is Bucky?
Much the same as if I type in Guy Gardner shows up. Again, I didn't do anything special to this. This column right here, the person column, is already connected to the Microsoft 365 package. What we want this to do is when someone selects a person here and submits this, that person will then be triggering the chain of command, which means our next action, I will click plus. Let's add in a compose action. And inside of the inputs, I will go over to our dynamic content, show more, and we have all of these different items that we can select from that person column. The person claims, person display name, person email, which that's what we're going to choose, person picture, department, job title, lots of different things that you can choose from that selected person. But again, we are going to be using the person email. Now let me go ahead and retitle this compose. And right after this action, let's go ahead, click on the plus icon. And what we're going to do is we're going to initiate a variable. I'm going to give our variable a name called var manager email, and I'm going to set this to a string variable. Now within this initialized variable, inside the value, we need to populate it with something. So right now, I am going to populate it going over to our dynamic content with the outputs from the selected email. Now, there's a specific reason why I'm not populating this with the manager's email just yet. We will be getting to that in just a second here. Because our next action is do until, we are going to run this flow until the manager's name going up the chain equals the CEO's name. So inside the loop until, we're going to choose a value going to our dynamic content, and we're going to use our variable, the var manager email, is equal to the CEO's email. In this case, it's my email. Within the do until action, let's click on the plus icon, and we need to get manager. Under the Office 365 users, get manager action, and this is where we are going to populate our variable, our var manager email. Our next action after get manager, I will click on the plus icon. We are not initializing a variable anymore. We are now setting a variable. So I'm going to click the set variable action. Now we need to choose the name of the variable, which has the drop down here with the only selection as var manager email. And let's populate the value with our updated manager. So again, dynamic content. Under the Get Manager action, let's go to See More, And I need to click on personally user principal name. However, for yourself, you may need to click on mail. This will be the email address of the manager. It's just the way I set up these fake emails. I need to personally click on user principal name versus yourself in your organization. They probably set it up the correct way, and you might just need to click on mail. But as far as everything as getting the chain of command, that's pretty much everything. This is just getting the chain of command. I'm going to give you 2 use cases, like I said, right after we test the flow. So let's go ahead and test the flow. Let me go ahead, click on test, and we are going to manually perform this test. And basically what it's doing is now we're waiting for the action to be performed so that it can run this test scenario. Popping back into the SharePoint list, I already populated this with Diana Prince. So let's go ahead and submit. Boom, submitted. Now let's go ahead and see the flow inside of Power Automate. And there we go. When an item is created, selected email, and you can see Diana Prince right here. Initialize variable, show raw outputs, and you'll see it's now populated with the value as Diana Prince. And then we got the manager, and you'll see get manager right here, show raw outputs, which the manager for this is Chris Freeman. You'll see that right here, Chris Freeman. You'll see my name, and then we set the variable show raw outputs now as Chris Freeman. But because we are doing this until the variable updates to Chris Freeman, you'll see it only ran 1 time versus when I submit the flow and I do this as Guy Gardner, there's several layers in between Guy Gardner and the CEO. Let's open up the do until action. You'll see 1 of 5, which means there were 5 levels. Get manager, Guy Gardner's manager is in this case John Stewart. John Stewart's email in number 2 of 5. Let's go to raw outputs. Scott Summers. Scott Summers' manager in this case is Victor Von Doom. Then we have Reed Richards. And finally, we have Chris Freeman. So all 5 levels were now initiated. There are endless possibilities of what we can do with this chain of command. Again, if your company regularly updates the M365 package. So again, let me show you a couple different use case scenarios. Inside of this Microsoft list, I have given access to this Microsoft list with literally everyone in the company. So groups, all company members, anyone can come into this Microsoft list. However, we only need to give the line item access to the chain of command and to literally no one else, which means you as the individual can access this sheet, but you will not be able to access that single line item unless you are in that chain of command. Back inside of this Power Automate, let's go over to Edit and let's go edit this flow. Let's open up Do Until. And what we're going to do is right after we get the manager, let's go ahead and click on this plus icon. And what we're going to say is grant access to an item or folder under SharePoint, grant access to an item or folder. I'm adding in the site address. Let's go over to list or library name, which this one is called test. The ID, this will come from when an item is created. So let's go to our dynamic content, select on ID under the when an item is created action. Now recipients, we don't need to enter anyone's name in manually. So we will click on settings, use dynamic content, and now it opens it up for us to enter in this dynamic content. So let's go over to the lightning bolt under the get managers action right here, show more. And again, you may be selecting mail. I'm going to need to select user principal name, and then we need to define the role. And in this case, I'm going to say can edit. We are going to stop sharing an item or file when an item is created, stop sharing it. And then as we loop through each manager, we're going to give them access to that line item. And of course, we're adding the site address. The list or library name is called test, and then the ID comes from when an item is created. Let's go ahead and save this, and I'm going to test this out. Perfect. Now you see when an item is created, we stop sharing that line item entirely with everyone, and then we loop through each level. So we had 3 levels. The first level here under Get Manager, Show Raw Output was Bruce Wayne, then it was Barbara Gordon, and then finally Chris Freeman, which means inside of the SharePoint list, let's go over to the 3 dots, Manage Access, and you will see groups that was removed. and people, only Chris, Bruce, and Barbara have access to this line item. Juxtapose that between that and Guy Gardner's line item, manage access, and you'll see it's both shared with myself as the creator of this SharePoint list and groups all company members. So both it took away access and then gave access to that single chain of command. That's still on my security and permissions video series. Let me give a different type of use case here as my next scenario. Back onto this flow, let me go ahead and edit. Now I'm going to delete grant access to an item or a folder. Again, we're doing a different type of scenario. And then stop sharing an item or folder. Again, I'm going to delete this out. What I'm going to do instead is right after we've initialized this variable, I'm going to add in another initialized variable. I'm going to name this one var manager. Again, the previous one is called var manager email. This is our variable for manager. So var manager. And the type, I'm going to set this one to array. Next, I'm going to add in another action, and this will be append to array variable. Under the variables, you see append to array variable. Let's click on that as our next action. Our name from the dropdown will be var manager. And next, inside of our do until, right after our get manager, let me click on the plus icon. And this time we're going to append to array variable. Under variable, append to array variable action. Let me click on this. From the dropdown, let's select our only array variable, var manager. Let me open up a curly bracket, give a couple line items there, and I'm going to close the curly bracket. And I'm going to, inside of double quote, say email, end quote, colon, and I'm going to give the email of the manager. Again, you might select mail. I'm going to select the user principal name, comma, and on the next line, let me open up the double quote, name, colon, and let me add in the display name. Under get managers, display name. Just like that. Now, every time it loops through, it's going to add the next chain of command manager into this array variable. So what I'm going to do next is after the do until action, I'm going to add in the select action, data operation, select, and from, we are going to take the contents from our var manager variable. Now I'm going to switch to text mode right here. And inside the mapping of enter a valid JSON, and we are going to select in the entire column of all of the emails from the chain of command. So let's go over to our expressions, and I will enter in item, question mark, square brackets, single quotes, and email. I'm going to go ahead and add, and that email comes from our append to array variable, this email column right here. Now we're going to add in a compose, and this one's going to be adding a semicolon in between each one of the manager's emails. So let's go over to our expressions, and what we're going to say is join, and we're going to join dynamic content, scroll down a little bit, the items from select are output from select, comma, single quotes, and between the single quotes we'll say semicolon. We're going to separate out each one of those emails by a semicolon. Let's go ahead and click on add. Why the semicolon? Well, let's say you put this entire chain of command inside of an email or a Teams invite, a calendar invite, whatever that is. Most of those require a semicolon in between each email address. So if you want to set up that Teams meeting, our next action would be create a Teams meeting. Create a Teams meeting right here. Great. The subject, I'm just going to say test. The body event message content is going to be, again, test. Time zone, we'll say Pacific Standard Time. Give the start and end time, calendar ID, and then finally in the advanced parameters, required attendees. And let's go ahead and add in from our dynamic content, required attendees for the event separated by a ding, 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 semicolon. And this will come from our latest compose action. Let's go ahead and save this. Now, I did not do anything just there. I submitted for, I believe it was Roy Harper, and Roy Harper's chain of command was added to this invite. So we'll see test, Victor Stone, T'Challa, and myself. And that's mainly because in this do until action, you'll see there's 3 actions here. Get manager for Roy Harper, In this case, it is Victor Stone. Victor Stone's manager is T'Challa, and then T'Challa's manager is myself. You can also do the same thing with taking that compose action with all the semicolons, adding that to an email, emailing the entire chain of command all in one easy go. So many applications that you can honestly do with that flow. Let me know how you're going to use it down in the comments. I mean, if you're already using it, let me know as well. Help out the algorithm by adding some comments. I've been doing something very similar to this for a long time now, but really appreciate you guys sticking all the way to the end of the video. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.